Thanks. All right, thanks for joining us.
Just talk to. All right, can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it. Amy, can you see it? Got it. All right, cool. Okay, welcome. In this space, we include value and learn. Please mute your audio, otherwise Chris has to find you and mute it for you. You can leave your screen on. We love to see faces if it's possible. Tonight, our guest speaker is Sherry Sfaldi Morrill. She is joining us from the West Coast or East Coast. Sorry, we're on West Coast, so it's later there for her. So we're going to do a very quick skim of business and then go straight into the speaker. Okay, Chris, next slide. Hi, Myra. So the agenda for tonight, upcoming happenings, and then right to our guest speaker, and then guild business, and then show and tell. Show and tell is going to be amazing tonight. First of all, Amy did a really great last minute show and tell. We have to see it. It was at the Vancouver MQG. It's really cool. And we have a fantastic show and tell for the Fresh Pick Challenge. I didn't know what to do with that fabric. Nobody knew what to do with the fabric. The pictures of what people did with it are stunning. So you really want to stay tuned for that. Okay, Chris, next slide. I'm going to go over some upcoming happenings real quick and then our speaker. All right, upcoming happenings. Let's see, we have a call for 2023 board members is open now. We do need a social media and technology VP. We haven't had a volunteer yet. Chris is currently doing it, and he needs someone else to do it next year. That can be a shared position if you want. So right now we're looking for social media and technology VP and a programs coordinator for meetings. Also, we're looking for business membership coordinator. If we don't receive a business membership coordinator volunteer, we might be mothballing that program for next year. There've just been some bumps and battles with that, and we need help. It needs to have one person focused on it to make that program successful. So we're looking for a business membership coordinator. Otherwise, we might have to mothball it because we need help. All right, QuiltCon community quilts. They're available now. I have 3 on my front porch. If anybody wants to come pick them up, I believe Casey Manley shared the an email with everyone that filled out the form. Casey Manley is also at the retreat this weekend, and she has the kits with her there. So if you want to make a block, that'd be great. Really appreciate that. West Side Soda. Carol Subert is so kind to donate her time and to host a soda on the West Side. We're gonna have one in September and one in November, and those are the last sodas for the year. There is no free table there. Don't bring your stuff and drop it off unless you want to be the free table person, because we don't have a free table volunteer. So Carol Subert is not doing free table. She's graciously hosting the soda. So really great soda. I suggest you go. It's going to be a good time. Yeah. And then what else? We have Indigo Dye Workshop with Marcy McFairlane. That is being presented by the Surface Design Small Group. I believe it's $25. It is in the shop right now, our PMQG shop on the website. We have Indigo dyeing. We're going to show you how to fold it. We're going to be dyeing stuff. You can bring some of your own fabric. Marcy has culled some fabric from the free table in low loft prints so that we can use that to practice. It's going to be a great day. It's at a really beautiful maker space with a big rolling open doors. We're going to be wearing masks, but it is going to be somewhat fresh air area. So October 8th is that. I think we have 12 spots left. Our next free table is October 22nd. Not this month, but next month. It's on Marjorie's porch in Selwood. And no, we do not have the address posted yet. Just realized that tonight. Chris is working on that. So that's about it for upcoming happenings, and I'll go over this again at the end of the slideshow tonight. Okay, next slide. I think the next slide is the speaker. Is that right, Chris?
Yep.
Okay, great. Marika, are you introducing the speaker?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. I'm gonna mute. Thank you.
Yep. Sherry Sfaldi Morrill is a designer, quilt pattern publisher, award-winning quilter, educator, and creative entrepreneur. With the help of books and the internet, she taught herself how to sew and discovered her love of designing and making quilts. As a trained and practicing graphic designer, her quilts start with a concept and research shapes the design. Her work is inspired by her everyday life and experiences. Sherry founded Whole Circle Studios in January 2015. As an active member of the modern quilt community, she collaborates with leading industry organizations. She designed, created, and filmed 2 segments for Fresh Quilting, a public television show co-produced by the Modern Quilt Guild and KS Productions. Sherry works from her home studio in the suburbs of New Haven, Connecticut. Welcome, Sherry.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And then Chris, you saw my message, right?
Yes, let me stop the recording here. Too
Okay,
many
perfect.
things going on in my screen.
That's okay. Forget it. Excellent. Well, I'm super
Great, Chris. Can you share your screen with the slideshow?
Yes.
Thank you.
Whoops. Let me
That
go
was
back
cool.
to screen.
That was really inspiring. I like that. I like how organized it was too. Like I love that part. All right, programs preview. We do still have 6 spots left. This is a smoke and deal, $60 for members. If you have friends that they want to join, it's an extra $10. She's really, really good, as you may have picked up on a walking foot quilting, especially doing your own quilts you maybe want to put in a show or just add that other element of quilting. Highly recommend it. $60 for a class with her is a really good deal. So there's 6 spots left. Those are in the PMQG shop. And that is going to be on Saturday from 10 to 5. All right, next slide. All right, meeting space. Here's the big announcement. Members voted for a meeting space. They voted to be once a quarter in 2023. And by a 2/3 majority, they voted to be meeting at the Multnomah Arts Center. And their first meeting there is going to be the March Guild meeting. And after that, it'll be once a quarter. That's what members have voted for. Of course, given pandemic restrictions, if anything shifts, we'll do the best we can to create a safe space for everyone. So this is the announcement for the meeting space, and thank you for voting. All right, next slide. Indigo Dye Workshop. This is really fun. The Surface Design small group has a small bunch of things, and they wanted to create a fun class that everybody's invited to come to. It is indigo dyeing. Marcy, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I've done a lot of indigo dyeing. I am not a professional, but I've definitely done a ton of indigo dyeing, and everybody will get like 3 fat quarters of white material. We'll have 10 buckets of indigo dye. So you probably be sharing with like 1 other person in the entire vat. Each vat can dye up to, I think, 15 pounds of material. So there's a lot there. So if you're coming, just bring another object. If you have a t-shirt or a small quilt or something like that you want to dye, that'll work. I believe we're providing everything else. The studio has gloves. We have a washout sink. All the dye will be outside underneath a tent. And I hope you'll join me. I'll bring a lot of rubber bands, a lot of marbles, a lot of pieces of wood that will clamp together to make some fun stuff. There's even 2 sewing machines there if you want to try to do some stitching on the fabric, which I'll have some examples of how that looks and what you can and cannot do, or what I've tried and what has worked. You can always do something and do better than I do. So I'm always hoping that people come up with fun stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited because I really love that True North Studios space. It's just a really cool space. Even if you're not attending the workshop, you might want to swing by and check it out. There's letterpress, there's screen printing. It's an amazing space that Marcy works in, and is opening up this awesome maker space for us to have our class there. So I think there's 12 spots left. It's 20 or $25. It's a really good deal. We hope you'll make it.
Is that open only to PMQG members, or can we bring a friend?
You can bring a friend, I believe. They just have to.
I think at this point it's bring a friend, because we already had it open for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks we can bring a friend. I would definitely bring a friend.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Friends are the best.
Yeah, it's good to hear you, Jen. All right, next slide.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, Chris, this is Chris. All right, friends, buckle up. Chris is gonna do a tech spot for us.
It's not super techy, but I did want to show everyone because I've heard some people weren't aware that this is an option. For those who maybe are forgetting when guild meetings are, and not just guild meetings, but also small group meetings and anything else that might be on the guild calendar, you can easily add it to your own personal calendar, whether that be your cell phone or your Google Calendar, whatever, right from our guild website. So on the PMQG website, up here in the corner, we have our events, and you can go to the calendar of events, and this shows everything that's upcoming. And when you find the event that you want to add to your calendar, you can click on the link and it will take you to the page specific to that event. And it's it's not hidden, but it's not really obvious, but these right here, this Google Calendar and ICS are actually links. I'm on my computer, but it would be the same if you're on your cell phone. If you tap on either Google Calendar, if you have an Android phone, or the ICS, if you have an Apple phone or you're adding it to your Apple Calendar, it will download the event. Is it actually going to show it? I'm on my second monitor, so I think it downloaded over here. Oh, there we go. So then you get this and you can add it to, whatever calendar you need. And then you can set up reminders for yourself. So, oh, tomorrow is the guild meeting, or tomorrow is my small group, or whatever it may be. So I just wanted to make sure everyone knew that that was an accessibility option that we have on our website. Any questions?
Awesome. Thanks so much, Chris. I know I clicked on the
Sure.
one and I've somehow all of the events are now on my phone, which is
Oh,
helpful.
yes, for you, that's helpful. Yes. On some of the events, I have added this note here just to help make it clear as well. That ICS is for iPhone and Apple, because I had to do some research to find out that that was the case, because I have no idea what ICS stands for. So
Nice. Very nice.
Great.
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
All right, next slide. Work in progress circle. Renee is our work in progress circle leader. Renee, do you want to talk about this? Is Renee here? I haven't seen.
So, can you hear me?
Yes, go for it.
So, work in progress. There's only a few more months to get your projects done. You can, if you don't remember what your projects are or what you have completed, you can send the guild a note and they will forward it to me so that we can get that done, so we can get you a raffle ticket for every entry that you've done. And you can win half of the pot. The other half of the pot goes to, what is it, Sarah? Scholarship fund?
Yeah, the scholarship fund. Yes.
Yep. Yes. Okay.
Awesome. Finish line is December 1st. This is your warning, folks.
Yep.
Get those ready. All right, next slide. Ooh, block of the month. Chris, this is you. This is our big headliner here. Chris Marchini designed this awesome block using the inspiration of curves and squares. The block is there in the highlight of the September one, and we have some layout options. Chris, what was your inspiration for creating this block and how's it going for you?
So I'll go to the next slide because it has my picture on here. So in
Yeah.
my quilt pattern designing, I use a lot of half rectangle triangles. You can see right here, hopefully you can see my cursor. So it gives a curve that's not as sharp as like this curve in the center here, where this would somewhat emulate a half rectangle triangle. So on the outer edge here, it's a much gentler curve. It kind of mimics that same radius that you would get from putting two half rectangle triangles together. But since this theme was circle gets a square, needed to actually add some curves in there. So this is what I came up with working with Sarah. Took several renditions of some templates to get it correct, but I really like how it came out. And this quilt was all of my test squares along with a test square of another one of my patterns. And I call it target practice, and it is made up of completely scrap fabric. I pulled everything out of a bag of scraps to make this. So nothing matches, but I think it turned out pretty cool.
It's so cool. I love how dynamic you could show how dynamic this block is. Like the one on the top right there is like swirling, and the other
Yeah.
one on the bottom left is like a solid curve. And I just love this block. You can do so many different things with it. It's really, really cool.
Yeah,
And
the
I
fabric
love a
placement
scrappy
makes a big
quilt.
difference.
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah, it looks really good. So this pattern is available for
Whoop.
free for download on members only page if you want to go grab it. I'm not sure where it's going to be going after this year. So if you want to grab this free pattern, go and download it sooner rather than later. I'm not sure if we're going to be offering for free next year as well. I'm not sure, but if you want this pattern, download it and make your block, and also check out the hashtag for the block of the month. There's some really cool stuff happening there. All right, next slide. We're cruising.
And
now.
just real quick,
ahead.
this is the last block of the month for the year. So you have what, 3 months to get all of your blocks together and get a quilt assembled.
Yeah, we're
combining all
hoping
of
for
them.
a show and tell in December. Have we not added that pressure on everybody? We would like a show and tell of your block of the month series by December, and tops are welcome. You don't have to have a quilted and bound or nothing. Just something. Yeah, I want to see something. Design wall, I don't even care. I want to see it though.
Where is the download?
It's in
It
the
is on-
members only section.
Thank you.
All right, this is Renee is helping with this. This is the Urban Chicken quilt block. On the left-hand side, you'll see the printout, which is the instructions. Renee has some printouts of it, and we're going to have this for download in the members only section. Renee, do you want to talk about this?
I would love to.
Yeah.
So we normally have a fabric fundraiser and choose a charity to raise money for. And we have fabric fundraiser got a little overwhelming, so we chose to make a quilt. So we took this design by the Urban Chicken block that was designed by our own quilt member, Quilt Guild member, Michelle Friedman, and that was updated by Kath Hall and updated again by Sarah Flint, with Nadia and myself having weigh in on that. And we chose to do this quilt because it's relatively simple. And we have a charity in mind. It's called Taking Ownership PDX. And this is was started by a Portland musician and activist, Randall Wyatt. And his goal is to renovate and revive Black-owned homes that have requested help, and with an emphasis on enabling Black homeowners to age in place, generate wealth, and simultaneously deter predatory investors and realtors to deflect the gentrification process. This is a collective of contractors, realtors, neighbors, and businesses brought together. This is, it raises funds and awareness to, with a team of passionate activists aided by volunteers to hit the streets to make significant differences in the lives of our Black neighbors. The charity is really well run. They take 90% of every dollar that's donated actually goes into the fund. So it's got a really good overall scheme of things. And these are people that are looking for help in the community. So I have cut up some blocks. There's also directions for the block on the members only page. It's done with the PMQG colors. You can go to the Open Sew. Carol Sobert will have some kits available. there are some kits available at Cool Cottons. She's very generous to allow us to drop off and collect kits there. And I have some kits at my house. Angel and Claudia also have kits. Our addresses will be on the members only page along with this charity quilt project. It's not there just yet, but it will be in the next day or so. We wanted to kind of make this a fast project. We'd like to have the quilt done and quilted by the middle of November so we can start to raffle it off. We're still looking for somebody that would be willing to volunteer to quilt the project if you can send the guild a note. Sarah,
Yeah.
what have I missed?
That's about it. Pretty soon, Chris is going to put a spot in the shop on the website to buy a raffle ticket. Raffle tickets are going to be $5, and you can purchase that at any time. And then when we raffle the quilt off at the end of November, we'll pull a name from there at random. And that's it. If you want to make this block, that'd be really great. Renee's put together some kits, or you can just download the instructions and make some yourself. I've made this block with Block Swap with my small group. It is a really fun, scrappy block. Michelle Freeman designed this, I think, for the guild in 2013. So it's a little bit of a throwback pattern for us. It's a really fun block to make once you make it. So I highly recommend just making one. Yeah, I think
Thank you.
that's it. Yeah, we covered it. All right, next slide. Let's go. This is 8:40. We're cruising. Oh, DIA committee. Did anybody have updates from the DIA committee? Is that you, Chris, or is that Nadia?
I think it was going to be Nadia or.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think our DEIA folks there are busy with other things tonight, which is awesome. And they just wanted an announcement that the next meeting is October 13th at 6 p.m. and everyone is welcome. You can come, you can listen in, listen to what we talk about. There's a new project that's in the works, and yeah, some really great work goes on there. So hope to see you October 13th at 6 p.m. and I'll pop that in the chat too. Thank you.
And
Thanks,
it's on the
Nadia.
calendar, so you can add it to your cell phone calendar.
Yeah.
So you won't forget.
Nice. All right, next slide. Ooh, handpick fabric challenge. Everybody did such an amazing job. These pictures are stunning. I didn't know what was going to happen, and these pictures are really cool. All right, enough gushing. This is the handpick fabric challenge. We were given fat quarters of this fabric that was designed by Nicholas Lapp. It's from Maywood Studio. The deadline to get your submission in has been extended. So if you haven't finished yours and set your picture and you still can, the sign up form is still available. We're going to be putting together a voting form and posting it in the members only section soon, in about 2 weeks, with all the pictures. And we hope that you can go in there and pick your favorite so you can help us choose the people's choice. And we're also asking Nicholas Lapp to pick his favorite. All right, Chris, next slide. This first one is by Erin Case. It's a gorgeous piece. It looks like a mini quilt. I think it's absolutely stunning. All right, next slide. Patty Kipfera made this. This is a wine bottle holder, and it also holds yarn and knitting needles. Gorgeous piece there. This looks amazing. I feel out of shape of doing this. I think Nadia usually does the show and tell. I think from doing this best. Nadia, do you want to do it? No, okay. That's I hear. I see you. Okay, this is Patty Turner. She made this beautiful garden apron. So she has a spot for her garden clippers and gloves. Like I said, this year, instead of just challenging people to make mini quilts from the challenge fabric, we asked people to make something useful with the fabric that they would like to use in their lives. So I love this garden apron. All right, next slide. Sherry Byrne Irwin is such an extremely talented quilter. Sherry makes has made some beautiful fidget quilts for us, exquisite. I've seen them. They're really beautiful. And this is her first time ever making a zipper bag, which I was shocked by because like everybody makes zipper bags. I love zipper bags. So she had a blast creating this raw edge applique, a little strip, adding some buttons, adding some selvage as ribbon. I love the selvage on this fabric too. It's so cute. I incorporated my stuff too. She made this charming set of zipper bags as really cool. Okay, next slide. Ooh, Jeannie made this. She made this for an art show titled Imposters. And the challenge in the art show was to make your own artwork as an imposter of, obviously a famous one. And so she chose Girl with a Pearl Earring, and it looks so cool in person, and the smaller picture is what it looks like on the back. The quilting is really cool. You can see how she wanted the person to disappear into the garden by blending these prints. Did a really, really cool job. I love this piece so much, and I think it was showing this week at the gallery in Vancouver, so it was really, really cool. All right, next slide. Oh, I love this one. Denise Lewis made this one. She wanted to create a block keeper. She used the block keeper pattern by Joe Avery from Joe Avery's books. So I thought it was a perfect solution. She loved the bright colors and keeps all the blocks in one place. I just love the piecing, the tiny piecing that she did. I'm a big fan of a log cabin for the fronts, the inside of it. I think there was more pictures too, but maybe this one picture got in the slideshow. I might be adding the other extra pictures to see the inside and the back of it in the voting form, but I love this block keeper. She has flannel inside of it that keeps the blocks in place. It's really, really cool. I want one. Where's the quilt showing in Vancouver? I'll find that out, Michelle. I'm not sure. I think Jeannie knows. If Jeannie knows, she can pop it in the chat. I'm not sure. Okay, Stephanie Gombos. She made something useful for her garden. It's made using the noodle head tutorial and the baskets from Zaka, the heart of Minky Kim. And I love these. There's like 4 different pieces or 4 or 5 different pieces that she made. Just gorgeous little garden gathering baskets. These are really, really cool. I want them. I like almost regret us like not offering a swap along with the challenge. Like next time, like I would like to swap, like you could have whatever I made. I don't want it anymore. And then I want this. Okay, next slide. Oh, Shelly McBride made this gorgeous picnic tablecloth. They use it at the assisted living facility where her mom lives. It's outdoor patio with square steel tables that have weathered. She loves the cheerful fabrics and the colors on it. Made just like a classic log cabin design with a little bit of a twist on it. It's just faced really simply with a solid white fabric on the background and the seams turned inside, kind of, I think it's usually called burrito style, which is how she didn't use batting on it. It's just a beautiful tablecloth she brings when she visits her mom in the assisted living home. And I love this. I love that idea. That's a great idea. Nice work, Shelley. Beverly Timon. I mean, first off, let's talk about the pictures Beverly took here. Like this is nice. This is like a catalog here. Like, I don't know, like if you ever get tired of this, like I'll take, these are cool. She made these napkins. I love these napkins. And then she made these gorgeous placemats. I didn't even think about doing that. I should have done that with mine. I love this. I love this so much. And I love how beautiful these pictures are. She probably was picking up maybe on the talk we had last month about taking pictures. Really nice work, Beverly. Really amazing. Christine Yee, oh my gosh, these pictures are stunning. This is going to be 2 slides. We did 2 slides for Christine Yee. This is not 1 slide. Christine said, when looking at the fabrics for this challenge, I found that I didn't want to come up with the beautiful imagery of the flowers into smaller pieces. So instead, I chose to create bujagi, which is a traditional Korean wrapping cloth, usually in a square shape. I can use to wrap presents, lunches, or any type of parcel. Continuing the path of making practical items, I created a tablecloth that also preserves the flowers and repeated the pattern of squares in the seat cushions. The tablecloth itself can be turned into a bujagi as well if desired. Gorgeous. gorgeous. And look what she did. Dang, Christy, this is so beautiful. I want to sit there and have coffee. That's a nice spot. This is really beautiful. Anyways, I really like this. It's gorgeous. Okay, nice work, Christine. All right, Amory Callie. I mean, I'm a fan. Everybody's a fan. Emery stuff. I love all her stuff. She did this beautiful, beautiful mini quilt. She used the Hurdy ruler. I'm not sure if that's a typo or not. From Latifa Safir. She got a QuiltCon, and she said she'll get the binding hand stitched down soon. I love that you didn't finish the binding. You send us a picture anyways. I love the matchstick quilting. I love the simplicity of this quilt. It's gorgeous. Nice work, Amory. All right, next one. Leah Logan made this really sweet little I'm not sure if this is Sam Hunter's boxy bag or not, but I love it. I love it. I love it for putting stuff into it, catching things on the table. It looks really cool. Nice job. Good job, Leanne. Angel Van Note, she made this beautiful quilt. I think this is a baby size quilt. She said the beautiful fabric was just the excuse I needed to play with the two quilt patterns used to combine the quilt top. I love the snails. She used the garden snails and the Fresh as a Daisy quilt pattern by Pen and Paper Patterns, and they blend so well. I love this. Nice work, Angel. This is really, really sweet. Jenny McKee made this one. It is stunning. She joined the Octopod squad to have access to this pattern, X Quilt by Exhausted Octopus. Her quilt that she showed, this pattern, the water quilts that my sister makes, were the inspiration to make a garden scene. I'm entitling Summer Sunrise in the garden. When I'm able to quilt it, I plan to use a spiral centering somewhere in the upper left sun. So if you look at this quilt that she made, what the garden scene, I've heard her explain it in the sewing day, is that this is a garden gate, and the yellow pieces are the sun in the background. So it's looking through the garden gate. Just incredible way to make it modern and really cool, and just nice work, Jenny. This is stunning. Casey Manley went all out. I love this. I love the sunglass holder. I love the other pieces. She made some pattern weights. She said, I was inspired by bringing some beautiful spring florals into pieces I would use on a regular basis in my sewing space. It gets so dreary in winters here, so it will be nice to have something to brighten the gray days. I love the tool keeper. I need to keep a new one for myself. I love the sunglasses thing. I love the pattern weights. I love all of it. Super nice work. Thanks, Casey. All right, Jessica Diamond said she made this. She wanted to make something a little different, so she's designed a bowl and then hand pieced it. I love hand piecing, and hand quilted it. This is a really cool bowl. Like should we do a bowl swap next? Because I really like this one. I like this one a lot. All right, next work, Jessica. Okay, Laura made this, and of course, Sarah had to get her cat in there. She made this flower applique that you could see in the class with Ben Venom, she did it in the class with the PMQG, and then she used it to make this awesome tote bag. I believe her partner has already claimed this tote bag as their own. Great job on this tote bag. I love it so much, and of course, I like your cat. All right, good job, Laura. Is that it? Oh, this is me. I made this one from the scraps because I was cutting up all the fat quarters, and I had the pink fabric is also Maywood that I found on the free table, and so I just pieced them all together. And my little girl wanted an apron dress, and she loves it, so I made an apron dress for her. I got the pattern for free from Spoonflowers, apron dress girls pattern from Spoonflower. I forgot to put that up there. All right, Teresa Lewis. She said, I've been on a commission for sewing for several weeks due to an injury. Needed to get this wrapped up, and she made a shopping bag for herself. I need to make shopping bags. I only have 2. I don't know what happened to the rest of them. She would like to have done more quilting on it, but you need both hands for it, and I love it. It's really cool. I love handmade shopping bags. I get so many compliments at the store. Nice job, Teresa. Carol Subert knocked it out of the park. What are you doing here? This table running. What are you doing? I love this piece so much. She made this beautiful, stunning table runner there. You can see that she did some great hand big stitches. I think it's a table runner. It does look like maybe it might be mounted on a wall too, with the triangles on the back of it. Some people put the triangles on the back so they can mount it on a wall. I just thought it was a table runner. Amazing pictures and amazing work. I love this improv stuff. It's really, really cool, Carol. Nice work. All right, next slide. Oh, Marina's amazing. She said, I needed a new set of juggling balls. The last set lasted about 28 years, but finally gave out. I chose these beautiful prints knowing I can admire them for decades. Marina knows how to juggle, and I love these juggling balls. That was so clever. Ah, I love it. Deborah Thompson got this one done real early, like right away, months and months and months ago. She made a small purse that went to a charity called So Powerful, focused on keeping girls in school in Zambia, and then a small lap quilt using Kona Navy as an additional neutral. And she's planning on giving it to a friend in a senior care home. And she's made this sweet purse and that sweet lap quilt. Really nice work, Deborah. Just absolutely stunning. Oh, Kim, also early person. She got this done right away. She made this reversible bucket hat. It was her first time even doing a challenge, her first time doing a bucket hat. I love this bucket hat. It's really cute. I especially love the child modeling it. Her face looks really happy to have received a custom bucket hat that nobody else in the world owns or can even own because their mom won't make it for them. I love it. All right, show and tell. Nadia, it's you. I'm done talking. I've talked too much.
Okay, show and tell. Wonderful. Okay, what quilt pattern is this? From an older show and tell, a member has asked, what pattern is this? Does anybody have the answer to that? Pop it in the chat or unmute.
That's my pattern.
Oh, here we go.
Gail, it's you. I thought I know who it was. Somebody emailed me instead of just blowing them off. Like I was like, wait, let me ask everybody at the meeting. Can you send me an email or pop it in the chat because this sweet person really wants to make this? And this was from April, like 4 years ago or something.
I will.
It's on our website somehow. She found it on our website, and I really want to help this nice person because she wants to make your pattern. Awesome. I'm excited. Thank you, Gail.
Thank you.
Power of the internet. Wonderful. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Sarah, for putting that in there. Okay. First show and tell. Laura, you're up.
So I made this, I started it in a class in 2007, learning how to use the Marty Michelle templates to make a Sedona star block. I made most of the blocks over the next couple of years, and then it moved out with me to Oregon, and I've finally got it all together earlier this year and had it quilted by Pat Blem.
Thanks.
And it hung
in
in
the whip club? Did you get a whip done?
No, I'm not in the whip circle.
Because it sounds like it's been a few years. That's awesome. The colors are just stunning. They're the pops of the stars. That is a pleasure for the eyes there.
Thanks.
Thank you for sharing. Chris Batten, are you here?
Yes, this is mine. So this is my quilt. It's called Stacked and Wrapped, and it just got accepted to be shown at the Pacific International Quilt Festival in October. I'm at the retreat.
I have a feeling you're at retreat. That is awesome. Look at the quilting on that. Oh my goodness. That is amazing.
Thanks.
Great job. Congratulations. Amy Dame.
Hi.
Hi.
So yeah, this is, you all can read it, but because I actually entered words this time. This was mini quilt that I made using the technique from the David Owen Hastings workshop, where it's like you hand stitch the 5-inch squares, or you hand quilt the 5-inch squares and then piece them together. And my local quilt guild is having a show, and we always have like a challenge. And this year the challenge was to take a churn dash block and interpret it in a modern way. And I was like, I'm going to go very, very vague with this. With just the triangles in the corners and the straight lines, because I wasn't super inspired. And then at last minute I was like, oh, but I could do it with this technique. And then I was not expecting it to win. And I walked into the show like an hour and a half before it ended, and they were like, perfect timing, you're here. So that was exciting, and that means I got one of the fun ribbons that one of our guild members made, so that was cool.
That is awesome. You said churn dash, and I'm like, oh, I get it.
Yeah,
And I
it's really,
saw,
really big.
no, that's super cool. Good job. I saw this on Instagram earlier today, and I didn't pinpoint it for your work because there was no pink silk. Just saying.
No, exactly. I did the same one in pink and I love it so much. It's still hanging on my wall, or a similar one. And that's why it was funny, because I had 5 quilts in the show, and this was like the least me one of all of them.
It's beautiful though.
I love the guild colors. So
it's what did we learn today? The what if and the rendition. But anyway,
exactly.
awesome work.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
Amy again.
Yes. So this is my global pandemic quilt. I guess I can just read what I said. In the summer of 2020, as the world quarantined, people were putting banners up in the windows of their homes. It was a way to communicate while we were isolated, and the messages were commonly support for frontline workers and encouragement for everyone to keep their spirits up. Amidst my frustration with people who were not following provincial guidelines, I designed this quilt with the bluntest message I had. The backing is all COVID-19 themed fabrics with masks, toilet paper, and requests to wash your hands. There are 651 lines of quilting, with each line signifying 6 lives lost. As of July 30th, 2022, 3,908 deaths from COVID-19 have been recorded in British Columbia. I quilted this actually when at Sarah's house on her long arm. She very generously let me use it when I came down for the free table at the beginning of August, and it was like 13 hours of quilting. And I am so in love. You can't see how neon it is. Like, it looks more yellow, but it is so neon, and I am so in love with, I want to do everything neon now. So
Great. That is what work and what a message, right? If something speaks to the last few years.
So there's the backing. I think they got a bit mixed up. The backing in the center there is the backing of the global pandemic quilt.
Gotcha.
So those are all the different fabrics. There's like the little
Mask.
COVID-19 virus balls, and there's toilet paper and stuff like that. And then this one is a community idea. It's called the Connected Medallion. So the Vancouver Modern Quilt Guild, one of our members from, I think from almost the very beginning, was Breen Campbell of Happy So Lucky. And she designed a project for these link blocks that are made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, at least I think 6 pieces. Yeah, that you would each do a section and then mail them out. And so it was just a group project, and I really liked the pattern, and then I wanted to somehow join them into a circle. So I was really going to do a baby quilt, and then I was like, this is way too much work for a baby quilt that I put into this. And instead of just finishing it where I was at, I decided to add a bunch of borders and make it into a full-size medallion.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. That's beautiful.
Thanks.
Thanks so much for sharing, Amy.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and I'll pass it on to Marcy, I think. Thanks everyone for show and tell.
Just want to say thank you to our 5 new members that have signed up over the last: Gail, Gina, Anna, Elizabeth, and Elaine. We welcome you and hope to see you in a meeting soon if we ever meet again. Thanks for coming.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we have a classified ad Saturday, September 17th, free admission. There's a quilter super sale. They have a lot of fabric and books and patterns. We also have this classified ad on our classified ad page on the website. It's Northwest Quilters Guild. It looks like it's going to be a fun deal if you're looking for some deals on fabric or notions. They are also going to have vendors, and again, it's free admission. All right, next slide. Upcoming happenings. I said I would circle back. Here we are. Upcoming happenings. Carol Schubert is hosting the West Side Guild Soda Day. There's one in September and there's one in November. It does share a parking lot with a Wajimaya. So if you want to walk across the parking lot and get some sushi, no one will be mad at you. There won't be a free table there, so don't bring stuff to drop off for a free table unless you're volunteering to run the free table, because we don't have a volunteer for the free table, but you can if you want. It's gonna be a really fun day. They'll be in the classroom in the back on the west side mill end. So we're also looking for board volunteers. We need some help with social media and technology. This could be a shared position if you have a friend you want to do it with. Chris Marchini is the current social media and technology VP. So if you have any questions about it, reach out to Chris and he can help answer that. We're looking for a programs coordinator for meetings. They work hand in hand with the programs coordinator for classes. It's a fun job and you'd be on the board. And we're also looking for a business membership coordinator for next year. Otherwise, we might be mothballing the business membership program until we can get someone to lead that for us. If you have any questions about it, reach out to the Guild inbox and I can send you some info about it. Those QuiltCon community quilt kits are available now. Casey Manley brought them to the retreat. So I think people at the retreat are sewing them. I have 3 left at my house. If you want one, you can pick it up. We're having the Indigo Dye workshop with Marcy McFarlane at that awesome Makerspace studio. Again, I think we only have about 12 spots left. If you're looking to give away stuff for the free table or you want to pick up things for the free table, our next free table is October 22nd, and that will be the last free table of the year. And that's going to be at Marjorie's porch. She lives in Selwood. She has a really huge front porch. So we'll be posting the address for that in the members only section. So I think that's about it. Is there another slide, Chris? That's it. Stay. Thanks for coming. And that was a really great meeting. Turn on your screen on, stay a minute and chat. Let us know if you have any questions. I'm going to be here for a couple more minutes before I got to go tuck my kids in. They're waiting for me to tuck them in. Can you stop sharing your screen, Chris? Awesome. Do we have anybody still here that's at the retreat? Oh, Marika's at the retreat.